gotten a few requests for more stories, so here we go. I hope you will like this one as much as you like the previous one. There's a story about a man who felt like his house, his one-bedroom house, was too small for his family. He has 5 children and his wife, 7 people, and one-bedroom house. And he felt like the house was too loud and too dirty and too messy, and there was too much going on. So one day, out of desperate, he went to his rabbi and said, "Rabbi, I need your help. My house is impossible to live in. I can't take it anymore." And the rabbi said, "I will give you an advice and I will help you, but you have to promise me that you will do exactly as I say." And the man, of course, said yes. He felt so helpless. He had to say yes. So the rabbi said, "You have a chicken in your yard, right?" And the man said, "Yes. Put the chicken into your house." The man didn't want to obey, didn't feel like it's the right answer, but he promised the rabbi, so he went ahead and put the chicken in their house. And it became a nightmare because now there's all these people in this house and a chicken walking around, making it way more dirty, way louder. There's so much more movement around the house. It became really impossible after a few days, and he ran to the rabbi again and said, "Rabbi, I can't take it anymore. This is impossible. It's the worst ever. Can you please help me?" And the rabbi said, "As long as you promise that you will do exactly as I said without asking questions." And the man said, "Yes, I will do anything. Please help me." And he said, "You have a goat, right?" And the man said, "Oh no." And the rabbi said, "Yep, put the goat back in your house to live with you, with your family, and with the chicken." And the man promised, and he couldn't ask any questions, so he took the goat and let the goat live in their house, and the house became even more messier and even more dirty. And even way, way, way louder. And it was really a nightmare for the man, and he couldn't take it anymore, and he felt so terrible, way more than he felt before. And he ran to the rabbi out of desperate and said, "Rabbi, I can't take it. It's impossible. Please, please help me." And the rabbi said, "No question asked." And the man said, Okay, whatever, just help me." And the rabbi said, "You have a cow in your yard, right? Let the cow live in your house." And the man couldn't believe it, and he wanted to argue, but he promised he wouldn't. So he took the cow and put the cow back in his house. And the house was so much impossible for the man. It was way dirtier, way louder. There was barely room even to move. The man was so miserable and felt so desperate. And he ran to the rabbi and said, "Rabbi, I can't take it anymore. I don't know what to do. I have to let everything out of my house today." And the rabbi said, "Okay, go ahead and do that." So the man released the cow out of his house and put the goat back in the yard and the chicken back in the yard. And then all of a sudden, his house felt so much bigger. And all of a sudden, it was so much easier to clean. And the house felt so quiet. The same house that felt impossible a few weeks prior felt so wonderful now. What I'm trying to say is that sometimes somebody up there, call it the universe, call it God, shift and change things around for us so we will appreciate our current reality. The same pay we complained about a few weeks ago feels like a dream right now to just make the same salary I was able to make a few weeks ago. The same lifestyle I lived before that I complain about, I would do anything right now to experience this reality, to have the freedom to go to parks and to playgrounds and to have my kids having play dates and to be able to see my friends and to worry less about everybody else's health. The same situation that happened a few weeks ago feel like so desirable right now. The same things we complained about before don't feel anymore as bad, right? So maybe take this time and instead of worry about what's going to happen, appreciate the reality you have and remind yourself that it will come back one day. And maybe when it will come back, you will remember to appreciate it a little more than you did before and to take it for granted a little less than you did before. Wishing all of us abundant health, joy, and the right state of mind. Namaste.